So this Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers coming to Jacksonville and facing on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now the Steelers will come into this game at a record of 6-2-1, currently running on a 5-game winning streak, as the Jacksonville Jaguars head into this game with a 3-6 record and are currently on a 5-game losing streak. So wins have not come easy lately for the Jaguars, and it's quite the opposite for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we are going to go ahead and preview this video right now. Now, before the season, you looked at this game and you said this has to be one of the top 3 AFC versus AFC matchups of the year coming on Sunday night. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers have done their job. You know, they're coming in here with a record of 6-2-1. They're winning their games, while the Jaguars did not hold up their end of the bargain, and they flexed this back down to 1 p.m., taking away our only Sunday night game of the year and our first Sunday night game, and I don't even know how long. So it's really disappointing, this game, because it was really a rematch of last year's divisional playoffs where the Jaguars visited Heinz Field and pulled out a victory in their stadium, making the Steelers go one and done in the playoffs. So with that said, man, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a lot to play for. First of all, you know, they're playing for playoff seeding right now. You know, they have a 1.5 game lead on the AFC North, and they're also fighting for another home field advantage in the playoffs. You know, maybe get that number 1 or 2 seed. And not only that, this is also for a lot of pride, as like I said earlier, the Jaguars swept the Steelers last year, the only team in NFL history to win in Pittsburgh twice in one season. We repeated that. We did it in 2007 when we knocked them out of the playoffs, and we did it in 2017. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, this is much like when the Jaguars played the Patriots week 2. We circled that and said, let's get our revenge. And, you know, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they have a lot to play for. And the Jaguars kind of have a lot to play for. I mean, they're still alive in the playoff race, technically. You know, if they win the next 7 games, they have a 10-6 record. But until we win a game, I'm not saying that we're going to get any kind of win streak going. So the Jaguars this game, I mean, hopefully the players are pretty motivated. I know AJ Boye is really looking forward to this. He put out a tweet earlier this week. You know, he's going to play for the first time since, I believe, the Texans game. You know, he missed the Eagles game in London. He missed the game against Indianapolis against the Colts. So, you know, he's itching to get back. We will finally have that our number 2 cornerback back in there to pair it with Jalen Ramsey. And we're going to need him because there have been a lot of communication breakdowns. There have been a lot of broken coverages. You know, I don't know how much of that, you know, is involved with AJ Boye. I'm not sure if too much of it is, just because a lot of it has been kind of on the back end with this communication between Barry Church. But, you know, the coverage is going to need to be good this game because we're playing a lethal Steelers passing attack. Ben Roethlisberger is very good at getting the ball out. They have wide receivers like Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster. You know, they got good tight ends like Jesse James. This is a good team, you know, Vance McDonald. This is a good team of receiving threats we're playing against. You know, great offensive line as well. James Conner, you know, everyone around the nation knows about him just with Le'Veon Bell's holdout. And, you know, James Conner, he's been a really good running back that they found in the later rounds of the draft. So the coverage has to be good. We need to run a balanced attack on offense. We need to be able to run the ball, but I also want run the ball to be able to set up for the play action. You know, it's nice when we're getting decent pickups, but I don't want every 1st and 10 to be a handoff up the middle to Leonard Fournette where you lose a yard. If you're going to be pounding the ball a lot and you establish some kind of run game, let's go out there on a 1st and 10 and put Fournette in the backfield. Use him as a decoy on a play action and get something set up going like that. You know, it's been driving me nuts, some of the predictability of Nate Hackett's offense these last few weeks. So, you know, really get the balanced attack in there. Hopefully we don't turn it over on offense. You know, Bortles is going to have a good game just because you already know the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be putting up points. So hopefully Blake has a repeat performance like he did in the playoffs against the Steelers in the divisional round. You know, these games always come out interesting just throughout history. They've always been good games. So, you know, really run a balanced attack on offense. Be able to communicate a little bit better on defense, because really our defense was not good on many parts of the ball except for probably the run defense. We held Marlon Mack down, but with all the coverage breakdowns, allowing 3 touchdowns to their tight end, it wasn't good. And We're going to need to be a lot better this game against the Steelers. You know, if there's really any game on the schedule that I want, it probably has to be this game against the Steelers. Just because, man, there's a lot of pride that goes into this. You know, I know a lot of Jaguar fans are starting to want to basically play for the draft and play for draft position. That's not me. You know, I'm a prideful guy. And 5 years from now, we're not going to look back and say, hey, that was a good number 6 overall pick we had. You know, we're going to be looking at the overall record that we had against the Steelers, you know, our home record, just stuff like that. And, you know, I thoroughly want to win this game. Also, because we still are kind of alive in a playoff chase, even though playoffs is kind of a funny topic right now. I don't even like to say playoff because it's a little bit laughable with the way that we've been playing. But a few announcements with this game, man. I'm going to a wedding tomorrow at 4:30, so I'm not going to be able to come out with a recap of this game until probably Monday. Obviously, no live stream. I'll be watching this game at a bar somewhere. So, you know, that's a little disappointing. Otherwise, I would probably be at this game. You know, if I was actually going to be able to, if I didn't have this wedding to go to. And I also apologize for my lack of videos this week. A lot of personal things with, you know, work and stuff like that. So, yeah. But this game, man, I'm excited about it. Luckily, I will be able to watch it. I might have to catch the end somewhere else. But hopefully the Jaguars pull out this victory and can move on to 4-6. So, yeah, that's the end of the recap video. Please like it if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time.